There are three primary mistakes that people make when they start learning how to do joint ventures. The first mistake they make is they overthink it. They spend way too much time trying to learn all the theory and study it way too much before they actually get out there and do anything with it. They'll often spend 6 months trying to put together the perfect presentation, the perfect PowerPoint, and then never actually go in and pitch the deal. When they could have gone in right from the beginning, pitched it with a pen in the back of an envelope, and actually walked out with something in place and something moving forward. So that's the first mistake people make. They tend to overthink things and they try to overdo it. The second mistake they make is they often try to take on deals that are a little bit either too big for them or too small. Too small in the sense that there's just not enough money there to be made. The numbers don't actually work. Like taking on a deal where you're working with, let's say, a local restaurant, where there's just not enough traffic and there's not enough money being made in that particular business to have enough to go around where you'd actually walk away with enough to justify your time investment. On the other end of the spectrum, however, you don't want to go after big giant corporations because they're never going to deal with you. They have no interest in working with you. They have marketing departments who are entrenched and have every interest in keeping you out, and have attorneys that their entire job and their entire existence is built on keeping deals away from the table or getting them off the table as quickly as possible. So big corporations aren't where you should be looking either. So that's the second mistake, going for deals that are either too big or too small. Too big because you can't get them, too small because they're just not going to make enough money to be worthwhile. Now the third mistake, however, and this is really where I see the most common mistakes coming in, is in a sense of how you actually approach a deal to begin with, the way you even look at a deal, what you even see as a deal. And what I mean by that is, a lot of beginning joint venture people tend to go into situations where they think they're building a joint venture, but what they're really doing is building an opportunity to work for somebody for free. They're building a marketing opportunity, some kind of venture marketing situation, where they're going to initiate any number of different plans or ideas or marketing strategies, basically free, and do all of the work with the hope that they will actually lead to sales down the road and that they will get paid for those. And that's one way to do it, I suppose. I mean, venture marketing is a viable approach to take, but it's not really a true joint venture. A true joint venture isn't where you just go in with a new marketing idea for them to play with. It's not even a situation where you go in and you propose some new website development or some new autoresponder sequencing or something like that that's going to help bring in more sales. That's a marketing idea, and it's different from a joint venture. A joint venture involves bringing two companies ideally together. It's where you're playing matchmaker, and you're finding a company that already has, let's say, a market, and you're finding another company that has some kind of list or some kind of product to take to that market, and they can swap their lists and swap their products back and forth, but you bring in some creative twist that enables you to put them together in some new way that helps both of them make a lot more money than they would have otherwise. And that's really where the real joint ventures are at. It's not just coming in with some new marketing idea. It's about taking something that's already there and helping them do something new with it, or find some unrealized resource buried behind it that they haven't noticed, they haven't seen, they haven't learned how to adapt and actually turn to profit. So that's a real joint venture. When you walk in, you take company A and you take company B, you're putting them together in some new way with some creative twist in there to enable them both to make a lot more money. And what ends up happening is you end up taking something that was already there in both cases and performing some kind of alchemy, some kind of magic in the situation that it takes $1 and turns it into $100. And that's what I'm going to show you next, just by way of an example. Now I'm going to give you a metaphor here for what a real joint venture is and how it all works and what you're bringing to the table when you go in with a good joint venture. I'm going to use dollar bills as an example here. Now a dollar bill is very humdrum, it's very average, it's very normal. They're just every day. You see them all the time, you take them for granted. And a lot of these businesses that you're approaching and you're working with, they just take what they're doing for granted. There's nothing special in it, there's no magic in it. Now what you're going to do as a joint venture broker is you're going to bring some companies together and you're going to put a creative twist in there and make something new and amazing happen. And you're going to take what they've been doing, the humdrum, the obvious, the normal, and what you're going to do instead is you are going to turn it into something magnificent and something spectacular. You're going to change those dollars into hundreds in front of their eyes, and you're going to show them how you can do that repeatedly over time. So that's the kind of leverage you can bring to a possible deal that you're putting in place. And that's what you want to be able to show the clients that you're able to do. You're going to take something that they've been doing, the simple dollars of their businesses, the simple way they've been running their business, and instead you're going to turn it into something magnificent and something amazing in front of their eyes and show them how the whole time all that wealth was under their nose, they just didn't see it. Okay, let's run through a quick summary here. The 3 main mistakes that people make when they're starting out in JVs. Number 1, too much study, too much planning, and not enough action. The report I'm going to provide you with has everything you need to know to totally be up and running building real-world JVs that are going to actually get you paid. There's no need to go through anything other than what's there. From there, all you need to do is take action. You just need to get out there and start doing it. And I outline how to do that in my report. The second thing, chasing deals that are either too big, with corporations usually, or too small rinky-dink companies or startups where there's just not enough money to go around to make it worth your while. Those are the first 2 main mistakes. The third mistake is mistaking consultative marketing with joint ventures. When you're going out there and all you're doing is offering new marketing ideas to companies, and worse, offering to run those marketing ideas yourself at your cost and in your own time and with your own effort, with the hope that they're going to pan out, that's not quite the same as building a real joint venture. So what you're missing there is the ability to bring 2 companies together, not just a marketing idea, but 2 companies, each with different assets and different resources, and put them together in a creative way to create a new joint venture, something new under the sun. And that's where you're going to create some magic. So the third biggest mistake is where you just miss the magic and you miss the element that you could have brought to the table that would have made something great happen without you actually having to do all of the work yourself. So those are the 3 main mistakes that I see people making. I cover these and a lot more and a lot of the ways to actually get JVs done in my free report. So go check it out. All you got to do is throw your email into the form and I'll send you a link to the page where you can download a copy for free. All right, enjoy and good luck with all of your deals and building a new career for yourself.